loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Angela. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Today is going to be a full day of editing. For those of you who've been watching my vlog videos, you know editing is my least favorite part of the entire creative process. In other words, it is going to be a very long day for me. In order to set myself up for some success, I tried to get all my busy work and everything else done this morning so I can just focus on editing for the rest of the day. I replied to emails, I replied to YouTube comments, I tried to get everything else done, and the little dog just walked out of shot. I don't know if you can see him. I did some of my schoolwork, I did some work for one of my professors. I have been very, very busy, but now I get to dedicate the rest of my day to editing. It is 11:15, so the rest of the day is going to be spent with a red pen in my hand. So hopefully I can spend the rest of the day working on this. One of my full-length novels is almost done being edited. Then I have to implement all the corrections. And then I have 3 other full-length novels that also need to be edited. So I want to finish this editing process first before I move on to the other 3 pieces. So today will hopefully be an important day for me. So I'm not going to show you the page that I've been editing, but I've been on the same page for a little while. I don't know if I was tired when I wrote this scene or this chapter, but there's a lot of editing that needs to be done on this scene, and it's taking a lot longer to get through it because I'm revising this one scene. I think they're doing something outside. They're always doing some sort of construction. And of course they're doing this when I'm talking to my camera. I'm going to be in for a very long day if the next couple of scenes are like this one. It is a good scene, it is important to the narrative, but I want to make sure I am showing and not telling. That is my biggest pet peeve when I'm reading. I notice it right away. I want to avoid being an offender in that category. A little update 30 minutes in. It is... Why do I look so dark in this? There we go. It is 1 o'clock and I've managed to edit 12 pages so far. Granted, there was an interruption or 2 from Max and a coffee break, but this is obviously taking a very long time. And since I make all my edits by hand on paper, it is going to take me a while to implement all of these edits as well. This is certainly not a fast-moving process for me. It is 2:30 and I finally finished editing that novel. I now have a fully edited draft. There are at least 4 scenes I want to add, and there are 5 scenes I want to expand, so the work is not over quite yet. I am not going to start writing those scenes yet because there are other pieces I need to edit first. Today is simply editing, and editing alone. I am making progress, and that's really encouraging. But at the same time, I'm not fooling myself. I know there is still a lot of work ahead of me. There is a reason why the writing process takes a long time. But before I get started on these other pieces, I'm going to take my lunch break. It is exactly 4 o'clock. I ended up having a few emails that I needed to respond to. The life of a PhD student, there's always something going on. I have an adult romance novella I would like to edit, and then I have a new adult contemporary romance that I also want to edit completely. Right now I just have a draft, and it is time to go through it line by line. So now it is becoming a matter of editing until I can't anymore. If you are a writer, you need Pandora. It is 7:30 and I have no idea how many pages I've officially edited today, but I am calling it quits. I have one story I just started and I wanted to edit the first 3 chapters because I want to revisit the plot. So I wanted to get a better idea of the hints and clues and character dynamics. This way when I go back and look at the narrative, I have a better idea of what I want to change, and I think editing just kind of gave me a little bit more insight. I was able to get those 3 chapters done, which is an exciting moment. Even though I am really, really pleased about having a completed draft of my novel, I now realize how much more work I have to do because I want to add scenes, I want to expand. So in a way, I'm a little overwhelmed because there's still a lot to get done. Before I start implementing the edits and going back to revisit the scenes, I'm going to put it aside for a couple of days just so I can sort of let it sit for a little while and I don't have this nervous feeling anymore. I have more than enough additional stories to keep me busy in the meantime. I am really hoping I can keep this momentum going tomorrow because there are more stories to edit. If you are also working on a project, tell me where you are in the process down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep working on your projects, stay creative, be kind, and know that I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. Bye, my lovelies.